Hey guys, Hook to Clasher, and today I'm bringing you the top 5 Legend League attack strategies right now. Obviously, the Royal Ghosts are no longer in the game, so a lot of you need to figure out a new strategy, and hopefully we can ease the confusion today. Let's get into the rankings. Okay, so a few things before we get into the rankings. Number one, all of the replays today will be on ring bases. I know it's the style of base you all struggle with most, so may as well give you all some extra replays to study how to take the bases down. And number two, all of the army links will be down in the description below, so if you want to copy them to your clipboard thing, to your quick train menu, then the links will be down below. But that's it from me. Let's get into number 5. And at number 5, we have air spam, still really strong in the meta at the moment. The one good thing about this army is it is a pretty low skill army theoretically, but there are lots of nuances to it that you can take advantage of to be a better air spam player. Now I'm going to pause it here because so much happens at the start of the attack, and I kind of want to break down each part of it for you all quickly. So I honestly think the most underrated troop in this army comp is the 2 Inferno Drags. Now what I'm going to use, I'm going to use one of them on this side. So you use one of them on the side, you don't put the King and Queen. My King and Queen going to come from the top side here. And then you put one on the King and Queen side. I'm going to put the Inferno Drake here eventually because I'm trying to force the King and Queen further into the base. So use one Inferno Drake on the side opposite to the King and Queen and one Inferno Drake further along the line on your King and Queen to force them inside the base. The King and that Yak can beat through every wall. Now, why are we coming this way? Well, the biggest downsides, the biggest adversaries of the air spam is Eagle, Sweepers, and CC generally. Now, we are actually going into both Sweepers here, but as you can tell on this base, we can freeze both of them. They're just inside freeze range. If I couldn't freeze both of them, then you'd probably just go into one of them, but you want to get down that Eagle as soon as possible. Now, I want you to watch quickly how we're going to deploy this. So, Dragons first, Warden, then you go, well, then I put the King and Queen down, then Balloons, then Dragon Riders. Why do we put the Dragons down first? Because the Dragons are going to tank, but we're going to pop the Warden ability early anyway, so the Dragons will take a little bit of damage, but they won't die. Whereas if we put the Balloons down, they will die, and we need these Balloons to get as far as possible into the base, because they're going to be tanking the Seeking Air Mines in the core. As you can tell, as soon as you've got all your troops down, you pop the Warden, get the Blimp in that Warden ability, double Rage, and we are off. King and Queen doing good work on the top side. As you can tell, the Blimp kind of makes it to the Town Hall, not really, but we're constantly freezing the Sweepers. As soon as you put this 3rd Rage down on the Town Hall, it's all about focusing on your freezers, and then the 4th Rage, you should put down where the majority of your troops go. Now, this army is very hit and miss on ring bases. Some of the time it'll destroy them, some it won't. It is very strong on box bases though, because box bases don't have a lot of core storages. But as you can tell here, we did pull out the Hound of the CC. That's the one downside of sending the King and Queen further into the base by using the Inferno Drake. But honestly, still worth it in the end. And ultimately, this army will generally come down to your heroes. Yes, you have so many air troops that some of the time they can push through the base, but as long as they get rid of the core of the base, your Queen and your Royal Champion can normally take care of what's left. Royal Champion did a great job. Queen's coming around and she's going to finish off the base. We've still got 2 freezers and her ability. So, biggest keys with this is use the Inferno Drags. They are super handy for this army. At least one on the opposite side of the funnel to King and Queen to set the funnel. And if you want to force your King and Queen into the base, use the 2nd Inferno Drag to help facilitate that. Then deploy Dragons, Dragons, Warden, Loons, Dragon Rider, Blimp, Warden, Double Rage. It's a lot, and it happens very quickly at the start of the attack. That's why I paused a few times. But alas, this army is seriously strong, particularly if you know what you're doing with it. And of all the armies I'm going to have on the channel today, this is definitely the easiest one to execute. So, if you enjoyed this attack strategy, then definitely use it because it is well inside the top 5. But let's see what's going to come up at number 4. At number 4, we have PEKKA Smash. This attack strategy is still really, really strong. And there's 2 ways you can take down ring bases with Smash armies. One, you could do like a Queen charge. So you'd like queen charge a section of the base, blimp over the top of the queen charge to take out a portion of the core, and then P.E.K.K.A smash what's left. That's kind of like the skilled way to do it, and I actually will have a replay of that later on. But the easiest way to take down ring bases with smash armies is to use the ward and walk log launcher approach. Now, talking about P.E.K.K.A smash quickly before we get into the actual attack. P.E.K.K.A smash, a really good army. Of all the armies on the list today, it is the most flexible because you can start out with a Yeti bomb into a queen charge. You can start out with a ward and walk into a smash. Some of the time, you can have the healers, you can have the P.E.K.K.A smash come with the queen charge. Some of the time, you can separate it. It's a very flexible attack, and there's so many ways to take down bases. Its weakness, though, is kind of ring bases or compact bases. Now, you can see in this army here, Tonto is bringing a golem instead of a third P.E.K.K.A. Ultimately, that's up to you. But as you can tell, he's water walking one corner and then King with the witches and the log launcher for the other corner, and that's going to ensure this P.E.K.K.A smash goes straight down the middle. Unfortunately, our healers are getting targeted here, but we pop the warden ability nice and early, and this is going to ensure that all our troops are living through the dangerous part of the core, which is this start part here, because there's lots of damage on our troops. The real benefit of P.E.K.K.A is as soon as you get the healers on the P.E.K.K.A s, as you see here, they won't die. Simply put, there is not enough damage in Clash of Clans to kill P.E.K.K.A s with raged healers on them. They're super tanky, and they're super reliable, really easy to funnel compared to, say, the Super Bowlers, which are a bit tougher to funnel. And as you can tell, the P.E.K.K.A s have, for the most part, have died out. In fact, no, never mind. They're both still alive. One of them dies there, but the RC coming in on the back end, she kind of comes behind the King and the log launcher to help clear it up. And this base has been absolutely smashed. This is a very, very toxic base. So nicely done here. And yeah, that's all I can really say for the P.E.K.K.A smash is that it's a tough army to learn. But if you can learn it, if you put the time into it, there is no base that you can't take down with this army. And as I said, it is super flexible in how you approach it. So there's no right or wrong way to do it. Just do what feels good to you. But yeah, nicely done here. So this was the ward and walk log launcher method of taking down bases. Later on today, though, or later on in the video, I will show you the queen charge into smash option. But first, we've got to get to number 3 on our list. And at number 3, we have Hybrid. Obviously, this would have been nowhere near the top previously, but with the buff that Hybrid got, both the miners and the Hogs recently, it is seriously strong in Legends League. But it is nowhere near as easy to execute as it was at Town Hall 13. There is so much damage on bases at Town Hall 14. So generally, Hybrid has a kind of a different approach these days. Most of the top players will do tiny queen charges, then Hybrid to keep their queen alive, and then the queen should help take out the back end. Generally, a lot of the time, your Hybrid won't actually live through the base, and that's okay. Now, when it comes to hybriding ring bases, it's seriously difficult. Because with that Town Hall Poison effect, it's just been made so much harder. So here's some advice I can give for you all. The biggest targets for Hybrid, for your queen charge, you want to get either an Eagle or deal with CC heroes. So the Eagle, the Clan Castle, and the defensive heroes are your biggest threats. Obviously the Town Hall is as well, but it's very hard to queen charge the Town Hall on rings. But it is doable because as you can see here, already starting with the Siege Barracks and King, and here comes the Hybrid. Really quick deployment. Not something that's easy to do, but if you practice it, you will definitely figure it out. So the King and the Siege Barracks are going to set the funnel on the bottom side here. And they're going to deal with all those heroes. And the idea is, as you can tell, we start the Hybrid early, and this Hybrid starting early is forcing our Queen inside the core of the base. As you can tell, the Queen's actually going to go and get the Town Hall. Unfortunately, she took a while to get the Eagle down, so we have taken a bit extra damage. But yeah, look at that. She's targeting the Town Hall now. We pop the Warden ability. Look how many troops we get in the Warden. It's insane. And then we heal as well. Generally with Hybrid, you go heal, Warden, heal. In terms of preserving your troops' life. And as you can tell, the strength of Hybrid is this Royal Champion doesn't really take a lot of damage till the back end. And this is pretty smashed at this point. There's so many troops up, so nicely done from Hysteria here, but it's kind of hard to explain how to take down ring bases with hybrid because there's multiple queen charges you can probably do, but the simple thing is do a short queen charge, try and deal with the CC with your queen, and then try and get as many important targets as well, and then just hybrid to force your queen into the core of the base to keep her alive, and if your queen survives the entire attack, 99 times out of 100, you will be getting the 40 cups. So let's move up to number 2. At number 2, we have Super Bowler Smash. The Super Bowler, the newest super troop in the game at the moment, and it is really strong. However, the weakness of this army is, Super Bowlers are really tough to funnel, particularly compared to Pekkas, and they have low hit points, so you need to keep the healers on those Super Bowlers. Now, when we had the P.E.K.K.A Smash army earlier, I showed you that was the Ward and Walk log launcher approach, and here I'm going to show you the Queen Charge approach. Now, both of those approaches work really well for these armies. I'm not saying with Super Bowlers you should do one and with P.E.K.K.A you should do the other. Both of them are great. I just wanted to show both of them, both of the approaches today, so that could help you guys out. So starting with the Queen Charge here, to get the outer buildings, and then our Yeti Bomb can actually get further inside the base. The point of this Yeti Bomb is to clear out a really nice path, and look what this Yeti Bomb's going to do. Now, we don't elect to rage it, probably because we've already used one rage on our Queen Charge, and we're actually going to have to use a second here. If we rage this Yeti Bomb as well, we'd only have one rage spell left for the rest of the attack, and that's just not desirable. But as you can tell, with that Yeti Bomb, now our Queen Charge really isn't taking a lot of damage. And the Queen goes left. Now, I don't know if Overstate wanted the Queen to go left or right here, but you can kind of adjust on the fly. So bring the Warden with the Queen Charge now, just to speed it up and give the Queen the extra health. And as you can tell here, because we've gutted out that scatter shot, it's going to be really easy to path our troops around. We come in with the Super Bowlers as well, just to help speed up time, also to facilitate a healer swap, because as I talked about, Super Bowlers really weak, so you need to get that healer swap ASAP, otherwise they will die. And we jump on the top side here. That's just because we don't need the Super Bowlers going into that CC compartment. They can reach everything from this scatter compartment, and they don't have to stand on the Town Hall poison. All the Super Bowlers go in because he set a really strong funnel with his King and Witches. The funnel is arguably the most important part of this attack. If you can nail your funnel with Super Bowlers, then the Super Bowlers will generally take out the base for you. But comparing Super Bowlers and P.E.K.K.A s, Super Bowlers have like a higher ceiling, because look at how much bounce damage they can do through the base. It's absolutely insane. But because they're weaker and because their troop AI is worse, it is tougher to execute. So if you're new to Smash attacks, I would say start with P.E.K.K.A Smash, get a feeling for that, and if you can do P.E.K.K.A Smash well, then you can do Super Bowler Smash. You can definitely execute that. But as you can tell, this base has been absolutely smashed. That opener was insane. We got rid of so much, and the Super Bowlers did all the work needed in the core of the base. The King, RC, and Witches did the work on the outside, and that is a simple way to get 40 cups. So, if you don't enjoy the Queen Charge opener though, even with the Super Bowlers, that's fine. Just do the Ward and Walk and the Log Launcher. It can still work just as well. But that's number 2. Take a guess what's number 1. I think you all know what it is. And at number 1, of surprise to literally no one, is Blizzard LALO. Now, I know you guys might accuse me of some bias in this. I'm actually not running Blizzard LALO at the moment, but obviously it's one of my favorite strategies. And the reason this is number 1 is, if you look at all the pro players in Legends League, this is the army that most of them are using. Some are using Hybrid, some are using Super Bowler Smash, but this is definitely the most common one. But ultimately, this opinion is subjective, so if you disagree, let me know down in the comments below. But the reason this army is super strong is that all 3 components of the attack are strong, and I don't see them getting any weaker in the long term. Blizzard's always been strong, LALO's always been strong, and heroes are getting stronger and stronger every day. Now, if you haven't watched my Blizzard LALO guide and you'd like to learn about this army in depth on every style of base, I'll link that above me now. Go give that a watch. But in terms of like the simplicities of it in like a 2-minute guide, you obviously start off with the Blizzard here, and particularly on ring bases, you don't want to go for the Town Hall. You Blizzard kind of like an outer area to set up a funnel for a Sui dive. So go for value, go for the CC pool most importantly, and then you're going to use the funnel set by that Blizzard to put your King, Queen, and RC to get the core. King and Queen going into the core, RC being used to funnel. Now I wall break there, not so that my King and Queen can go around to the next compartment, but so that I can get the next wall break onto this scatter shot. Because if I wall break there, then this base is, well, the King and Queen are going to go in, and this base is pretty wrecked. Unfortunately, the wall breaker just goes to the outer wall there. That was not intentional. That's actually going to cost me here, because the King is not going to go inside the core of the base. So we kind of messed that one up. But alas, we still got so much value with the Blizzard that this is still potentially doable. But yeah, the main weakness of Blizzard LALO is it's the easiest army to bait. And because it's so commonly used at the moment, lots of people are trying to bait it. So if you start running this army and you run into a lot of baits, don't be too discouraged, but learn from it and try and improve. This army takes a lot of to and fro. It's not the sort of thing that you can just get better at overnight. It will take you months. So yes, it is the strongest army in Legends League, but particularly if you're like a beginner, doesn't necessarily mean it's the best one to start off with. Now, thankfully, the Queen got the Town Hall. Don't think it would have mattered anyway. We have so many balloons up. We have a Warden ability and a couple of spells. But yeah, as I was saying, easiest to bait. So, you know, if you get baited a few times, don't be too disenfranchised by that. It's still really strong. You're just going to have to practice for a little while. But once you master this army, you're going to be so good because this army, as I said earlier, it's going to be strong for a long time. And on top of that, like, you're going to work on your LALO, and LALO being one of the most important armies in the game. But that's it for the top 5 today. Let me know down below your top 5. Do you agree with my list? Do you disagree? A couple of special mentions. There was no Queen Charge LALO or no Queen Charge Dragon Rider in this list. Definitely pre-Dragon Rider nerf and pre-Expo upgrade. Those two armies would have been inside the top 5, if not the top 3. But they're just not as widely used at the moment. A lot of the players that were running those two armies have switched to Blizzard LALO. And there has to be a reason for that. Now, those armies are still really strong. They're my number 6 and number 7. But they're not as strong as they once were. So, you know, if you want to get better at Queen Charging, by all means do those armies. But I still think Hybrid is stronger than the two. Just because it's a bit more flexible in the sense that you only have to Queen Charge 20% of the base, and then you can face roll the Hybrid and take out the rest. But yeah, that's just my thoughts. As obviously, you're entitled to your own opinion, and I'd love to see it down in the comments below. But as per usual, if you enjoyed this, please like, comment, and subscribe. Appreciate all the love, and hopefully, I'll see you soon.